What if I told you that your brain is like a master computer that you are running on some outdated software? Ew. And that I know how you can download fresh and fabulous new software to trick your brain into functioning as that girl and that girl only. Well, I am literally telling you that. It's about to get neuroscience-y in here, so grab that notebook that we spoke about in the first video and step into your L words getting a law degree energy. Firstly, welcome to lesson number 2 of the Ultimate It Girl Guide. My name is Summer, I'm known as Vixenian online, and this is the Summer Kitsune Show. Maestro, if you will. Now, before we start, it is important to provide proof to our ever doubtful minds that we are, in fact, doing the thing. So let's take note of our progress since last time. Did you do the affirmations in the last video? Why were you diligent with them, or why not? Maybe pause this video if you want to think about it. How did it make you feel to say the affirmations? And as you did them, what else did you notice about yourself? Observe your life since you watched the last video. Perhaps not much has changed just yet, but the important part is that you did embark upon this new chapter of your life. Now, without judgment of our progress or seeming like thereof, I want you to go back to that first video. I'll put the link down below. And I want you to solidify your journey. Make it real so that when doubt does come into your mind, you have physical proof. Go comment how your journey has been so far, or anything that you can think of. Put it down out into the world and make it known, not only as proof to yourself that you are committed to this glow up, but also to pay it forward and help future it girls on their way by telling your story. Did you pause? Did you leave the comment? Don't slack off on your own transformation, girl. You are so worth the effort. Okay, ready or not? I'm starting now. Last time I told you that your brain is a squiggly organ inside of your head, and your mind is the thoughts that you think, using the power of your brain. You can see your brain as a powerful battery to charge your lovely personality and all of who you are. In this video, I'm telling you that 80% of your mind, not the brain, the mind, what you are thinking with, your personality, 80% of your mind is your subconscious. This is where all the memories, and I mean all the memories, get stored since you were in the womb. I mean, my gaming PC could never. The other 20% is what we are functioning with right now, the conscious. It's what you use to quickly scan over all the faces in a room, and because it needs to happen really quickly and without a lot of brain power, because remember, 80% of the mind is being used by the subconscious, the memory bank. So the mind does this really interesting thing, right? Instead of remembering every single detail about every single person in the room, it just simply plainly stereotypes. It goes, oh my gosh, that person really reminds me of my bestie, so I'm really going to go sit with them. Or that person reminds me of my math teacher who I really didn't get along with, so I'm steering clear of them this evening. That kind of thing. So the mind loves to group things together like that in order to make it easier for the conscious mind to function as fast as possible. And we are going to capitalize on this grouping function a bit later, so remember that. But back to the subconscious, the bigger part. If I asked you what you ate for lunch 2 weeks ago on a Wednesday, Unless it was something that was very memorable or a special event, or unless you eat the same exact thing every day for lunch, you're probably not going to remember what it was, because that memory has already been stored into your mighty memory bank, aka your subconscious, so that the conscious can go on its merry way and notice all the tiny little things around you, like maybe you need to reapply your lip balm or take out the trash. Now, as you develop through childhood, your subconscious sometimes makes some really ridiculous connections to keep you safe, and you keep functioning on those programs until you deliberately put in work to replace it with a more suitable program. So while I was studying phobias, we were given this example in class, and I feel like it explains outdated programs perfectly. Hashtag story time. One day a man was on a safari that went so haywire it could have easily been his villain origin story. Long story short, the man barely escaped with his life after being chased by a lion. Life went on as normal for a few years. Back in the city, no lions, when his friend invited him to what you might call a barbecue and I will call a braai. So as he arrived, he started sweating profusely and hyperventilated so badly that he had to go home. So the story goes that he attends more braais and nothing happens, and then just out of the blue it happens again, and after a few times eventually he goes to see a hypnotherapist, where they finally discover that the day he was being chased by the lion, he took shelter underneath a thatched roof. And some of his friends had braai areas that were, wait for it, under thatched roofs. So instead of connecting the feeling of fear and drama to the lion, the subconscious connected it to the thatched roof that resulted in a weird phobia. I mean, how interesting is that? Now, you might not feel any type of way about a thatched roof, but it is just human of us to operate from a set of beliefs that are more often than not actually outdated. As life knocks us down, we don't always get back up again without a few mental bruises or beliefs. So though your subconscious has the bestest intent to keep you safe from a lion and all other scary things, it might have given you some thatched roof beliefs instead. Beliefs like, I am not good enough, smart enough, pretty enough, talented. You get the idea. Bestie, today I want to encourage you to not believe everything that you think, okay? Start observing your own thought life as if from the outside. Do not judge it, do not get angry at yourself, just observe. Noticing the mistakes in the code, so to speak, is the first step in fixing it. Don't try to reframe it into something better just yet, just observe. I don't know if you've ever heard the quote, the opposite of love is not hate, it is indifference. Because if you hate something, you're still pouring valuable energy into that feeling. It is only if you are being indifferent, as in IDG, a actual F, and meaning it, that you are not pouring energy into a feeling. The same goes for your thoughts, right? If you can't say or think something positive, just ignore it. Don't get upset because the thought popped into your head. Just deliberately decide not to pay it any attention. And I don't know if you've ever followed a diet program, but often the nutritionist would tell the client to write down what they ate for a week or two before implementing any changes whatsoever. This gives them an idea of where the problem areas is for the client. Maybe they are lacking in nutrients at breakfast, maybe they are snacking too much or too little. That's what we are going to do now. We are simply observing our thoughts. Maybe by the end of the week, we realize our biggest insecurity wasn't what we actually thought it was originally. Or maybe I realize that I tell myself that I'm stupid every time I do something silly and I'm not having any grace for myself. Or maybe I try to be good by setting goals that are way too high, and then I allow myself to feel like a failure for not reaching those goals, and then I feel like I'm not good enough. We are not only focusing on the negative here. As we observe the positive thoughts popping up, we take the time to be thankful for them. We observe how many times or when they popped up also. It's a really fun little exercise to play both the doting fans in the audience as well as the fabulous movie star at the same time. This is your Extend Your Learning IRL section of this video. To observe all of your thoughts, to lovingly release and let go of the not so fab ones, and to hold gratitude for the happier ones. This is how we are cleaning out some of our mental dust bunnies. I literally tell the thought, you don't deserve my energy, I release you with love, peasant. Or, oh goody, this positive thought is proof that I am getting better and better. So I found this tweet by Third Eye Thirst on Pinterest, right? And I feel it's so relevant. It says, study your patterns. The ultimate wisdom comes from knowing your whys, why you feel it, and why you do it, why you repeat it. Knowing your whys gives you clarity about who you are. And when you know who you are, you become powerful, dangerous, and unstoppable. Okay, that's a wrap. Today we have started deprogramming and uninstalling some of the software that just does not serve us anymore. Next time, we are talking about how to install the fresh and fabulous new software that will ensure that you become all that you can be. Remember that we turn into what we tune into. So make sure that you tell all the algorithms that this is what you'd like to see by tapping that like button. Until next time, stay foxy! Oh gosh, sounds in the background. Since the last... Observe you... It's what you use to... Conscious thing. Okay, that... The other... Start observing your own thought life as if observing. Okay. Remember that you turn into what you tune into, so make